Hello, and welcome to the first actual episode of our HGC series. So we have two pre-show matches. First is Mr. Lucha defeating Ramon Pez. I don't know how to say it. No real reason for his match other than just to hope to get Mr. Lucha some momentum going. The big thing in this show that we'll go over is when momentum is below warm or very warm. They get punished if they are unimportant. So unimportant with very warm and above, we can use as much as we want really. But below that is like we get penalty, and I'm trying to avoid that as much as we can. In our other matchup, we have BLZ Bub versus Sean Chase. BLZ Bub has warm momentum, unimportant. So again, hopefully a win here gets that momentum up. We are unfortunate where his manager and him have bad chemistry, so I have to find him a new manager or just don't give him one. Uh, but no big deal. And then Sean Chase is just like a jobber in the local area. But those are two pre-show matches. No real reason rhyme for them other than just like momentum purposes. The first episode starts off with Liberty bragging about his victory at Ripcord. Ripcord interrupts him. Basic back and forth. You were lucky. You caught me on a bad day. I was sick. Just excuse filled. And Liberty just like, I'm the man. Deal with it. Our first matchup is Whistler defeating Paul Steadyfast. We have a storyline throughout the next couple weeks of like character introductions. So Whistler, Pro America, Hacksaw Jim Duggan just defeats Paul Steadyfast, who is one of the untouchables, but he's going to be like the fall guy for him. Going into not coincidental, we have Damien Carville, who is going to be playing like a pro Canada, anti America gimmick just because of the time. It's timely. Um, not going to get too into like what he'd be saying and all that and the politics of it all. Try to ignore all that. But yeah, just very of the time, pro America or pro Canada, anti America, and not doing that because of anything going on in the real world now. Just it's just wrestling, so is what it is. And of course, not suitable to be a face. Then we go into Jeb Langley, the Who's Your Daddy? His gimmick is asking the crowd, Who's their daddy? Very basic. I just like that he has a ready-made character. I think we can have some fun with that, and then we can then go into 2000 with him being the was up guy, like the Dudleys. So I just think that's like a fun little thing, and again, continuing that character introduction storyline just to kind of keep a running thread through the first couple weeks of these are the characters and etc. etc. Um, yeah, so we have Flapjack Flanagan defeating Electro. So Flapjack Flanagan is going to be a little bit of a lower mid card heel. Uh, I signed him because he has like ready-made popularity to be a person that I can utilize in the program without using um, character angle ideas and stuff from the creative team. So he defeats Electro. Post match, he calls out Sam Strong. He's like, Sam Strong, come out here. I'm gonna face you right now, knowing that Sam Strong's not in the building. Cowboy Ricky Dale comes out. Flapjack says, I'll face you next week. So then that also gives us a little introduction to Cowboy Ricky Dale. We get our match next week. And that running thread with Flapjack calling out Sam Strong. Following that, we have Romeo Hartzog cutting a promo backstage where he's getting his like eyebrows plucked or waxed, I think I put in the thing, and he is just cutting a promo and then yells at the stylist for doing a bad job. But yeah, he's someone I'm excited to use. He pretty easy character to book of being the middle-aged, good-looking guy kind of thing, or have fun with that. After that, we go back to Ripcord, where this is a separate angle from his angle with Liberty, where he's like, I have two people, I'm gonna give you a chance to be my protege, Brent Hill and Frankie Future. So Frankie Future in the game, it says he denied HGC, so I kind of gave him like three times his contract value. So he was like worth like 5,000, so I gave him 15,000. Figure like an offer too good to refuse kind of thing. And then Brent Hill, total package ends up being the TCW manager. It's called head writer down the line. So we'll see how this develops. So with the industry and gimmick stuff, uh, okay, I'm happy with that. He's not going to be using comedy bouts, so I'm not really worried about that. The wins and losses having greater impact on popularity changes. That's okay. That's not a big deal. Actually, let's go back here. So Eric Tyler joins Untouchables from there. Ripcord. Let's give one of them. So a good way to get people popularity is to have them be a manager. So Eric Tyler joins Untouchables. He's going to be their leader effectively. We have Dusty Streets defeating Jimmy Power. Again, Dusty Streets' whole thing is like he's on a comeback tour. So him just getting a win here over Jimmy Power, who's going to be a job guy for us pretty much. Pretty basic. Following that, we debuted the War Eagles, but they are in a losing effort versus Demons of Rage. The War Eagles are another team that has popularity, so I signed them just so I can utilize their popularity and leverage that to get people up higher up on the card, such as the Demons of Rage. Um, with the Blazing Flames and the Vessies, we needed that like babyface tag team that can take losses. So I felt like the War Eagles was good for that. Um, their gimmicks don't really matter that much to me, to be honest, but they're not going to lose all the time, but like 95% of the time. Following that, we have another angle with Charlie Homicide and like a boiler room cutting a promo. Spooky pervert, not well, not spooky, but like hardcore pervert stuff. Pretty basic. Following that, we have the All Star team, RP Jr. and the Vesey brothers. They are stable and they're just talking about how great they are and how happy they are in being HGC, leading to our main event of Ripcord versus Teddy Flame. Ripcord defeats Teddy Flame when Brent Hill, I would have him like distract the referee. Frankie Future comes in and attacks Teddy, leading to Ripcord getting a win. Just kind of utilizing that protege storyline to leverage further down the line for them. We have Ripcord getting good chemistry, one managed by Brent Hill. So the story will be that Brent Hill and Frankie Future are competing against one another to be the apple of Ripcord's eye as a protege. So that is a pretty big W to have the chemistry together. Overall, okay, 67, not the best. The storyline wise, I deleted the existing storylines and made my own. It's fine that they're not hot, quote unquote, right now. Just this first couple weeks, I'm really focused on getting popularity, getting people to that what's above unimportant, recognizable stage, as well as getting them to decent momentum, and then the popularity to go there. My base popularity that I want is 65 and above, because we want to get on Ace where the what's it called? The minimal requirements is 65 popularity in 6 regions. So we lost $114,000. We are paying $100,000 per episode, so that's another reason I want to get on Ace as soon as possible, so we can save that $100,000. Overall, no additional pop gains, but I'm fine with that. We still were positive. So let's see what HGC or SWF did and see how we compare. So we start off right away with SWF trying to call us Bush League and do the signs. I wonder if there's actual punishments in that or if it's just particularly vanity. So SWF beats us. They have an 80 show rating. Let's see if there's anything. They have Christian Faith and Sam Keith in an angle, so see if they have that going. So video covering rivalry Sam Keith and Christian Faith. I don't see Tommy Cornell Jr. Nemesis loses his North American title to Outback Harris. That's wow. That's a. I think I played a series of '97 and 2016 or 2020, and Outback Harris was like their guy in SWF. Sean McFly defeating No Way Jose. So they're very top heavy, but hopefully we can get that lower card going on our side to get better. But that's one in the SWF column. Now, we did for our booking team get two near perfects, and then Charlie Homicide has an angle idea, so we'll probably I should have utilized that, but I forgot to be completely transparent. Um, oh, and likely succeed. That's cool, just to get that little benefit. But we'll probably utilize that in the next show. And like I said, right now the primary focus is to get these momentums very warm. So Beelzebub, very warm momentum. So now, even though he's unimportant, I can use him in match without being punished. Not yet Mr. Lucha, but Flapjack we can use because he's well known. Liberty we can use, well known. So with these like very top heavy roster of like we got a couple stars. Let's see if Brent Hill and what's his name, Frankie Future got any additional pop. Okay, so he went up with a couple and lower areas. I'm not really focused on one particular area. I'm just overall. So Frankie Future is a little more popular. I think he's like the second ever PSW champion in canon of the C-Verse lore, so it's pretty fun. I'll get a chance to utilize him here, hopefully. Again, a couple boosts in the lower southwest areas, and then yeah, I think that'll be it. That'll be the end of our first episode. Let me know what you think and how you would start a series like this, because we really came in where the only people that had momentum were Liberty. I think that's it. Like Liberty, Beelzebub, and Mr. Lucha all had warm momentum. Everybody else like didn't have any. And I think the Demons went up by 5 and 6 each, respectively. Yeah, so 5 and then 5. Cool. So yeah, they'll definitely be a focal point in our tag division. Maybe our lead heel tag division, because we do have the Vessies to be like our Steiners, I guess. I don't really know a good comparison for them. But all right, I'll let you guys go. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.